Difficult to think of either. Good habit, I'd say I'm very hardworking, and a bad habit is that um, I have no sense of time. So there you go.
Okay, great, great, cool. Anjali,
Okay. So let me think for my good habit. So my good habit is I I try to keep my surroundings clean. So that is, I
uh-huh,
feel that is my good habit. My
uh-huh.
bad habit is I can sleep anytime in a second, like anywhere. Like in a
Wow,
second, I can fall asleep.
that's a
So
good habit. Trust me, that's a
yeah.
good habit in these days. Cool. Ryan,
Uh, a good habit. I can't think of any good habits for me. But a bad habit I can think about is I don't like studying.
you don't like studying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. Avinash, you're on mute.
Hi, sorry. Hi, everyone. My name is Avinash, and my bad habit is that I'm not very consistent. Whatever I start, I cannot finish, and lack of concentration. Like I
Lack
cannot
of
do with
content.
a lot of
Okay.
concentration, and I cannot think of any good habit as such.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, no worries. I think the next one, I'm just going by whatever is there on my screen. People, please don't think that I'm picking on people. So, next one is Sujata. So, whatever names I am able to see, I'm just calling them out. Can you hear me? Not sure. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Sujata. Actually, I am a retired teacher.
Great.
Is it me that you are thinking? I mean, you're asking, addressing, I don't know, but I'm also Sujata, so I'm answering. I
Yeah.
just joined this so that I can be of some help to the youth who are in my church and around me. So I joined this
No
meeting.
problem. No
Yeah.
problem. Lovely. We welcome you. So one good habit. So it's we're going this for everyone. So one good habit and one bad habit.
A good habit is I can say I'm hardworking and
Uh-huh.
disciplined. I wake up very early and I enjoy in the church and prayer meetings and in the groups. So
Great.
spiritually, I enjoy every spiritual activity that I'm involved with. And the bad habit, what can I say? I have many, which I have to name only one. I am very uh, fast in because of my age. Maybe I'm very quick in correction. I think I have to change that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because of my age,
Okay.
I feel everybody is at
Okay.
fault. I
Cool.
try to correct them immediately, which I find many uh, recoiling back. So I
No
understand
problem.
that nobody is able to take it so easily. So I'm trying to change it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Thanks. The next one on my screen is Amy, if I'm pronouncing it right. Maybe Amy.
Hi, I'm also not a young adult. I'm Amy. Actually, my good habit would be that I work hard and I'm consistent in what I do. And my bad habit would probably be that I am not a neat person. I tend to take up too many things and then I don't finish them. Like I start 2 or 3 books
Okay.
and I don't finish them. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Uh, Next one that I can see on my screen is George and Suvarta. That's how they put the name in. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me, but I think in the event of time, we'll have to be a bit quick. Okay, I'm moving on to the next one. Sneha Raj, if you can hear me.
Yes. Yeah. Hi. So yes, I'm Sneha, and my good habit is I love to explore new things, and I love to learn everything, whatever I know. As in, if I don't know anything, I feel like okay, now I should know this. I'll start studying about it, researching, and everything. Bad habit is I'm an overthinker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it
Okay.
about me. Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. Thanks, Neha, for that one. The next one, I think it's Alishina, right? If that's the name, yes.
Yes.
Alishina, if you're speaking, you're on mute. Yeah, we can hear
Hello.
you now.
Myself, Alishana. I don't know about a good habit, but my bad habit would be I'm a procrastinator.
Uh-huh. Okay. So you don't know the good habit, but you know the bad one. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we have 434116. Not sure what I mean. Okay. Can you hear me? I don't know how do I call you, but okay. I think we all know Mrs. Jacob out there, and the other people. I think it's okay. Maybe they are not able to hear me or something. So yes, my name is Sinai. I go the last. I think that's what it is. So my name is Sinai. I'm based out of Pune. Uh, I'll go with the bad habit first. I think I am lazy. That's the bad habit that I have. Good habit is I think I call it a good habit. A good habit is I like to roam around. So, so, so that's how it is. Yes, but I love the clarity that we all have. Some of them have real profound clarities where they're very categorically mentioned that they procrastinate and all. We didn't know this for quite a long. But yes, that's what it is. So thank you so much for introducing everyone. Lovely to meet you. I'm just going to be sharing my screen now. Let me know once it's up. And guys, please excuse my some grammatical mistakes. Maybe if in the PPT I had to do it as quickly as I can. If there's some misses here and there, please forgive me for that one. Yes, is it up? Yes, no.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you so much. So we all need to participate, right? So since I might ask since I'm not able to see any one of you all because I'm on full screen, I might ask who's answered it. Yeah. So some nature riddles for nature lovers, and this is going to be anything related to the nature, plants, vegetables, flowers, fruits. You know, what kind of flower lives between your mouth and chin? What kind of flower lives between your mouth and chin? Anyone? Guesses, guys?
Can I guess?
Yeah, sure.
Is it tulip?
Oh man, good one. Good one. Who was that? I can't see. So who was that? Who was
Ria,
that?
Ria.
Ria. Wow, lovely. Great. So the next one. I'm a seed with three letters in my name. Take away the last two and I still sound the same. What am I? I'm a seed with three letters in my name. Take away the last two and I still sound the same. What am I? Guys, please participate. Guess anybody? Anyone? No?
Maybe a. Okay.
This is idly yeah. This was easy. This was very easy. So I thought I would get an answer very quickly, but yeah, P. Great. Which fruit never wants to be alone? Which
Can
fruit
I
never
go?
wants to be alone? Yeah,
Grapes.
Oh,
sure. Who was that? I heard two people.
Me,
Mm-hmm.
Avinash. I said grapes.
Sorry, not really. You're close. Not really though.
pear.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, nice. Next one. I'm a bird. I'm a fruit. I'm a person. What am I? This one's easy. This one's easy. Anybody who loves cricket, maybe you can answer this.
It's a, okay, should
Cricket
I
as a
try?
game. Cricket as a game. Yeah, please.
Kiwi. The
Yeah,
kiwi.
kiwi. Yes. Wow. Mm-hmm. Which vegetable grows an egg? This is fairly easy.
Eggplant.
Eggplant.
Eggplant. Mm-hmm. By the way, what's eggplant called in real English? The eggplant has come lately. Does it?
Brinjal, no? Brinjal.
Yeah, yeah. A fruit which is friendly and enjoys meeting new people. Avinash, you might want to try this one. That's a date. Avinash had answered this, so that's why I thought. Which vegetable do people look forward to getting every month? This is people who are working maybe out here might know this. What do they look forward to getting every month? Anyone?
Salary.
Oh man, good one. All salaried people. That's what this is. So people, folks who are not yet working, they know what is it that they really look. What did the doctor prescribe to sick lemon? Anyone? What did the doctor prescribe to sick lemon?
Lemonade.
Oh, is it so simple? I'm not sure if this is so simple. Which vegetable is always unhappy? This is tricky, but then yes, maybe you can. I wasn't able to get it either. Which vegetable is always unhappy?
Is it bitter gourd?
Yeah, bitter gourd. I don't know why it's unhappy, but that's what it is. Bitter gourd. Yeah. What kind of room you can eat? This is easy, guys. Come on. I can just hear Ria answering. I don't know why. Even others can be a part of it. What kind of room you can eat?
Mushroom.
Oh, yes. Mushroom. Nice one. I love mushrooms, though. Hmm. Who is the father of all fruits? Who is the father of all fruits, guys?
No, jackfruit.
Nah.
Mango.
That would be a jack of all fruits. Now, can you guess who's the father of all fruits?
Papaya.
Mango is called like
Papaya.
kiwi.
Papaya. Yeah. Okay, I have a few more, but maybe in the event of time, I would probably keep it here. Right. I hope you guys liked it. I'm not sure. Was it too brainy? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you can give me a feedback later on if you liked it or if you didn't. But then yes, that's what we had right now, just to have some fun around. I would now pass it on to Ria, to help us. I mean, to share her experience in reference with studying in France. How was it? And maybe she can just walk us through her journey. Uh, so over to you, Ria.
Thank you so much, Anar. So I'd just give you a few insights of how it was and what the process was. So for starters, I didn't do a traditional MBA course. I did something called the MIM, which is Masters in Management. And if you don't know what that is, it is basically similar to MBA, but you don't need like a 3-year work experience. And it isn't provided everywhere in the world, but technically is quite popular in Europe. So I decided to take MIM because I did not want to work for 3 years and go back to studying. I just wanted to finish studies in one go and then get to start working. I went to quite a few educational fairs to understand what each country had to offer to me, because the point was to technically go to a good country and a good school so that I could later on probably work there for a few years at least. And I saw that France was good in the sense of it was easy to get a permanent residency here, and you just need to be here for 5 years and you can apply for a permanent residency. And once you have that, it's easy to travel around Europe and work anywhere in Europe and even parts of other continents. And I knew after I knew that I wanted to look for colleges in France, I had to look for the good ones, because there's no point of going to just any university. If you want a good job, you need to go to a few of the best schools in France. And I found Neoma to be my choice, because not only did I know one of the alumnus of Neoma, but also I got like a small amount of scholarship money for this particular university, and they gave quite a few options for the master's degree. So my degree is basically, I have 2 degrees. One is master's in management and then MSc in business analytics. You get to choose your second master's after a year of your master's in management. And once that was done, and once I saw that I wanted to get into business analytics, I started searching for an internship, which is a part of your graduation course. So if you don't get an internship, which is a 6-month compulsory internship, you don't get your graduation certificate, you don't get your diploma. And it was definitely like a very difficult aspect, because I was competing with people who already know like so many languages and are a part of the EU, the European Union. And because of that, a lot of people don't need visas, so the company doesn't have to sponsor you for a visa either. But eventually, I think I started applying for internships in Jan and somehow got an internship in July, which is technically a long time. And it was almost cutting into the deadline as well, because there's a deadline for which you have to start your internship by. And I got into Agfa Gewert, which is a Belgium MNC, and I got into the radiology division for healthcare and IT, and I worked as a business analyst intern there. After 6 months of doing my business analytics internship with such a great company and with amazing people, I got my first project as a financial and sales analyst at Dolce & Gabbana, which is a luxury fashion and beauty brand. Both the industries are extremely different. So the way each industry works and the jargon, everything completely changes a lot. So there's a lot to take in. My contract with Dolce & Gabbana was a short-term contract. So in France, you have different types of contracts. One is your permanent contract. One is your short-term contract, which is just to see whether you would gel in well with the company. And one is the internship. Once all of this, I think by I started it in Jan, and my course, my contract is to end in the mid of July. And there were a lot of things that I learned through all of this, not just the work aspect, but also even in the moving aspect. One of it being that no matter how much you calculate your risks, you still won't be able to understand what the life has to throw at you. No matter how much you prepare yourself, it's still going to be very difficult for you to uproot from one country and go to the other. But it is definitely something that teaches you independence and teaches you what you want to do later on in life, and gives you a lot of um, not only empathy, but you start appreciating your culture and your beliefs once you move around. And it's a good way to broaden your horizon. Another thing that I found is it is extremely necessary to find a Christian community in your new country, or stay in touch with your Christian community back home, because that is something that I did not realize uh, until it became a little late. But it is extremely important because um, it provides a sense of spiritual support, a friendship, like a fellowship, growth, and you share this value, and they can walk alongside you with your journey through faith and enrich your overall experience. And even when you feel weak, they are there to help you and guide you through. And it is extremely important because when you move to another country with people who have extremely different views of things, you need to stand by what you believe in, because sometimes morals are not quite enough to help you stand firm on what your beliefs and your faith. Another thing that I learned is making new friends as you grow older is going to be more difficult in a new city. In a new city, albeit in a new country altogether, it's going to be difficult. And even if you do meet people and you do connect with them, it is going to be there are going to be times when you're going to feel lonely and when you're going to feel homesick. It is completely natural. It is nothing new, and it is normal to feel that way. And you will start understanding and appreciating the company of yourself as well, which is quite necessary as you grow older. And lastly, I would say one thing that you should never do is never be in the state of permanence. You shouldn't think that once you've moved here, this is where you have to be because you spent money, now you have to be here. If you are uncomfortable, if it is extremely unbearable for you, you move to newer opportunities. Don't stay in a place which is not cultivating in a good way, because in the end, what matters is you as well. If you are not feeling good in a particular place and you're not doing well, then there is no point of being there and trying to somehow prove something to somebody else, because you don't have to prove anything to anyone. God has a way of working things, and if God shows that this is not the right place for you, it is okay. You move to a newer place and you learn and study there, or you work there and you grow there. So that's it. I hope I helped you. If anybody has any questions, feel free later on. You can definitely get in touch with me and I can help you through.
Sina is disconnected. Anjali, you can start.
Yes, Master. So hi everyone, my name is Anjali. Today I'll be presenting Youth News Report. So here are some meetings that we've recently had on a very crucial topic on our NMBF Coffee Chat platform. So the first topic is Christian matchmaking by Michael and Grace Sundar Singh. So this was a very interesting, subject that they touch on, and how to find a partner in our own community, because as you can see, people are being very open to get married to a different faith as well, and which I personally don't believe in, and I stand firm by the decision that I will marry my in my faith community only. So this was a very interesting session. I would really encourage you to go and watch it on our YouTube channel. And the second topic was how to handle failure by Dr. Jamila Koshi. So many kids each year commit suicide, and it's just not kids, it's adults, it's young adults. It's when the failure gets really hard to handle, so many things happen, but God has so many wonderful purpose through that. So beautifully, this was explained by Dr. Jamila. Please do not miss this. So the next topic was sex trafficking awareness by Jefferson Nathan. How as young people, especially girls, we need to be careful about the traps that are laid out by sex traffickers. And it is good to be aware of that. Even educated city girls can fall into this trap. So yeah, and all these sessions are available on our YouTube channel. So please go and watch that. So in Tech News, we had 2 sessions on AI by Christian resource person, Bro Bagrinath and brother Suman Kumar, who connected from Germany. And it was really wonderful the way that they explained how AI will affect our lives. It's going to be completely different. It's like, is going to be completely different. It's coming like a tsunami wave. So better surf the wave instead of being tossed aside by it. Catch up these 2 sessions on AI on our NMBF Coffee Chats YouTube channel. So from current affairs, we would like to focus on 2 tragic incidents regarding young people that took place recently and reflect upon them, what we can learn from them. So one was a car accident that took place in 12th May in Mumbai, which an air hostess had who had traveled to Mumbai to get her tattoo removed, died as she was with her friends who thought they were not drunk, but they were while driving rashly at high speeds. So what can we learn from this? So we can learn that we should not go, and we should mostly avoid going on long drives, especially in the night when your friends are drunk, right? I mean, the thrill is good, but it is not worth our life. So that is one thing. And the second thing is notice that she had traveled to get her tattoo removed to Mumbai. So you know why? Because as I told you, that she was an air hostess. So because the new airline she had got a job in was refusing to give her a job unless she removes the tattoo. So she had to travel from Delhi to Mumbai to get her tattoo removed. So our body is a temple of God, and we should do no such thing. We have done a session on tattoos as well on NMBF Coffee Chat YouTube channel. So please check it out. Other is a recent killing in Noida, just 2 days back, of a relationship gone wrong. A college going boy shot his girlfriend who had recently broken up with him. The boy could not handle the breakup, so he shot her and then shot himself as well. So important for us to know that we should not get into any casual relationship in college or even otherwise. If you are working, you might not be serious, but you don't know the other person, how serious he is or how angry or upset that person can get. He or she can become over it. So trust in the Lord and save yourself for the right person. If you can fall in love only in covenant of marriage, not outside of it. And yes, we have done plenty of talks on the subject of love and marriage, and you will find them on NMBF Coffee Chats YouTube channel. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Anjali, for that one, for the entire report that you shared with us. Of course, great learnings from that. Now I would bring in Ryan and help us to walk us through the Word of God. So Ryan, over to you. May you please share the Word of God with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sinai. So today, the question we are going to tackle today morning is perhaps the most asked question about God. So a national survey was conducted across America, and the question they asked people was, if you could ask God one question, what would it be? And the top responses were, why is there pain and suffering in the world? And why do bad things happen to good people? So we ask these kind of questions not for the purpose of some maybe for the purpose of some sort of intellectual debate, but also because they affect us on a personal level. These kinds of questions can either make us or break us. They can make us bitter or they can make us better. So the answer, so to get an answer to this question, we are going to turn to the book of James, which is one of the most practical books in the New Testament. So a book of James is a book of deep doctrine. It is not a defense of Christianity, and it is not an explanation of how to be saved. So it is basically a letter written to believers who we assume already knew the basic principles of Christianity, of Christian faith, and its intention is to drive home the importance of living out the truth. The main issue that prompted James to write is still a concern today. He says that if you say you believe, then why do you live as though you don't? So James begins the book by identifying himself simply as James, a servant of God and the Lord Jesus Christ. We believe this is James, the brother of Jesus, one of the 4 sons born to Joseph and Mary. He grew up with 3 brothers and a sister. And you know, if you have a large family, you know that what it's like being compared to your siblings, your sister or your brother. So imagine James' position. He was born in a family in which Jesus was there. Jesus is literally perfect. So imagine what James must have felt being compared to Jesus. So that's why maybe it is easier to understand that why James did not believe until after the resurrection. But not only did James then come to faith, he was also declared as an apostle and then pastored the church in Jerusalem. He was also known for his profound prayer life. So James is writing this to a group of Jewish believers who are undergoing severe hardship. They were hated and despised, and people were hunting them so they could put them in jail or kill them. So James did not write this letter to comfort them or to pat them on their back. He wrote them to challenge them. He says that he literally says that put on your big boy pants because you have got to learn to trust God when things go bad and grow up. So in many churches today, we hear preaching like Christian life. If you turn towards Christianity, it will help you have a healthy life. It will help you be wealthy. It will help you will always have a good life, a good relationship. And if James heard these sermons, he would have laughed at these sermons because it is completely foreign. This type of concept is completely foreign to him. James would have laughed at the thought that becoming a believer would suddenly make all of your problems disappear and you will live happily ever after. C.S. Lewis said that everybody wants a grandfather in heaven instead of a father in heaven. You know, like whenever you get in trouble with your parents, your grandparents always come to save you. They comfort you and they ask your parents not to scold you. So exactly, everyone wants a grandfather in heaven instead of a father in heaven. So it is our tendency to ask, how can we avoid these trials? But how can I make them go away? The real question that should be asked is, how should I respond to these trials? So, well, first of all, it helps to realize that difficulties come into everyone's lives. Everyone will face trials. Nobody will have a perfect life. Nobody will have an easy life. So James says that consider it joy when you fall into trials. Here, when he says this, he does not say if you encounter bad things. He says when you encounter them. So interesting word James uses here is poikilos, which means colored or varied. It is a word. It is the word for our English term polka dot. So it is not the idea that we are going to face many trials. It is the idea of facing many kinds of trials, varied trials. So these trials can be loss of a job, loss of a loved person, broken relationship, an illness, a wayward child, depression, and many other kinds of trials. So these trials may be overwhelming, but James basically says that if you are a believer, people will know it based on how you respond to these trials. If your faith is only good when you're doing well, then what good is it? True faith sustains us when everything goes wrong. So, in conclusion, difficulties come into everyone's lives. So, the second thing he says that it is attitude that determines the outcome of our trials. So, most of us, whenever we go into trial, whenever something bad happens to us, we are telling what is the purpose of this trial, why are we going through this, and we blame God for it. So, we should not blame. We should not blame God. The reason for this is our attitude. So James says that count it joy when you fall into trials. Right here, James hits it at the heart of our problem, our attitude. James is saying that if we are going to benefit from our trials, if we want to benefit from our trials and just not go through them, we must actually deal with it with our attitude. He's saying that trials are not a joy. He's saying that he's not meaning to say that trials are a joy to go through. He's saying that we should count them as joy. We should evaluate them and not ignore them. We should not go into denial and act as though ignore these trials. As C.S. Lewis said, pain requires our attention and pain insists on being attended to. So we must face these trials and not ignore them. Instead, we just wait on them to end, which is a wrong approach. See, in his book, Where is God When It Hurt, wrote that rejoicing in suffering does not mean we should be happy about tragedy and pain. When we really feel like crying or falling apart, the Bible focuses, what the Bible focuses is on the end result, how God can use suffering in our lives to bring something good for us. Yancey then says that the process of giving him that commitment can be described as rejoicing. So attitude determines our outcome. The third thing that he says is we can be absolutely certain that God has a purpose in our trials. Knowing that trials have a purpose can make a big difference in how we face these bad times. No matter how you might feel, God has not abandoned you. He will never. He never will, and in the past, he will never. He will never in the future. So, according to James, enduring these bad things produces certain characteristics in us. These three characteristics are three characteristics are: we will become perfect, we will become complete, and we will be lacking nothing. That is if we remain obedient, and God will provide everything during the bad times. The fourth thing that James tells is that God intends for our trials to become a blessing. Too many times we see people come to Christ and they are baptized and they worship God as long as everything good happens to them. But when they face hardships, they turn away from God and they are gone. They leave the Christian life. So when golf balls were first manufactured, they were made smooth. They were then it was discovered that if the balls were roughed up a little, they could get more distance out of it. So they started manufacturing them with dimpled covers. So we should. So is it with life. It takes some rough spots to make us go the furthest. The fact is that breaking us can make us stronger. Then people will see Jesus. If things are always easy, our faith does not show. It is when things are hard that we stand up for our faith that shines the most. Thank you.